it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new speed build video. I'm really excited for you guys to join me here today in this one because today we are going to be building a cabin, and this cabin is for a save file collab that me and Honey May Sims, who is a talented simmer, decided to do and probably be releasing it towards the end of September or October in fact. And we decided to come up with this collab because it is fall season, if you didn't know. So we thought that Granite Falls would be the perfect fall themed world. So this is a cabin that is in Granite Falls, and it is one of the builds that I have been decided to do for this collab. And basically for this collab we decided to renovate the whole world of Granite Falls only. And yeah, it was a really super fun collab. Like I said, it will be probably released like towards the end of October probably, but this build is very nice. I really like how it turned out, and I'm really hoping that you guys will like it too. It will probably be up, it will be probably up in the gallery by the time this video is up, or not. I'm not too sure if we would release it all together in a save file or release it individually. I will have to double confirm with May and see how it goes. But if you didn't know, May is a talented simmer and also a content creator, so I do recommend you guys to check her content out over on her channel, also on Instagram and Twitch channel. I think she streams too, yes. Anyways, this build is something that we built on stream, and it is a small cabin. It only has 2 rooms unfortunately, but the 2 rooms would be individual rooms, and because it's that small, I couldn't really fit in like a master bedroom or anything like that. If you wanted to fit in a master bedroom, you can probably, but there would be only like 1 room if you decided to do that. So I decided to just make 2 individual rooms on the 2nd floor of the build and make it come together really nicely. I really like how it turned out, so I'm really hoping that you guys will like it too. For the structure of the build, I decided to go on Pinterest and browse a few options, and basically I just combined a couple of Pinterest posts together to make a product out of it. Also, this cabin has a little pond over here that we're working on right now, and it is just a simple basic pond with like a mini waterfall. Actually, I'm not too sure if I put in the waterfall in the end, but we tried to put in like fountains for that waterfall, like a small waterfall, and somehow it just ended up looking weird when we play tested it. So in the end we decided to remove it because I didn't think that it would be convenient, and also it doesn't really look good. But the rest of the landscaping for that waterfall would still be present in the end product. And this build took us about, I would say, like 3 hours to build in total, or wait, actually 5 hours maybe, because it was a stream build, so I had to like part the videos up into 2, so combining them together maybe a total of 3 hours maybe. I can't remember. But for this cabin, I decided to go with some cozy looking cabin and just make it look as warm as possible and as inviting as possible. For the back part of the cabin, there is also a tent that came with a little campers kit, which I decided to include, even though this house or this cabin only has 2 individual rooms. But I just decided to include that little campers tent to make it look more lively and more camping related. Also, I'd also use some wall decorations to make it look like it's part of the house. As you can see, there are those round shaped knobs that came with the base game. I believe they are for Mediterranean houses, but I decided to use them to make it look like it's stacked logs on top of each other, and supposedly this should be like a wooden cabin, so I decided to do that and just plainly decorated it in the end. The floor plan of this house came together really quickly and nicely too, even though I skipped the part of the floor plan doing for this build. The floor plan wasn't as complicated as I thought that it would be, because small builds can be challenging in my opinion, like in terms of their floor plans and deciding where to put what. Usually I struggle with like smaller builds when I do this, but in the end it came together really nicely, so I'm really happy about that, because we didn't really have enough or we didn't really have any issues when deciding to do the floor plan. Also, I was picturing that this cabin was lifted a bit, so there is some terrain that is going on that you see over here, but it's not as visible as I thought that it would be in the end. But in the end also, it kind of looks nice. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, of course, if you like this build or not. And then over here I decided to put in a couple of plants from the debug menu of Jungle Adventure. I think either it's a normal plant or it's a debug plant, I'm not too sure, but I decided to use them to make it look like it's decorating the staircase a lot more. Usually I use a different type of plant which is from the base game menu of the debug, but however I decided to use a different plant because I wanted to switch things up a bit, and I feel like lately my builds have been the same thing and the same items that are used in each of them, so I decided to just mumble jumble them a bit and just include more decorations that I rarely use. And then I also found these debug bushes from the outdoor retreat pack, I think, which are green and purple, and I really like how it looks like, so I decided to include the purple shrubs, and I think they really look nice and they really blend well together with the environment. And I'm not so sure if I mentioned this before, but there is a pond that comes with this cabin. Also there is an outdoor area where the dining place is, as well as the outdoor patio overlooking the pond, and then there's also that rock waterfall, which in the end I just removed the waterfall like I mentioned in the early part of the video, simply because it doesn't really look nice if I put in the fountains that are from the base game to make it look like a waterfall. And I really like how the landscaping is for this cabin, so I'm really hoping that you guys will like it too. I decided to also just decorate this pond as detailed as possible with a lot of like pond related items such as lily pads, rocks, as well as mossy logs and stuff like that. I tried to make it as like camping vibes as possible, even though I myself don't really like to go camping, but this is what I pictured a cabin slash forest environment looks like. So let me know if it's suitable, I guess, because I'm not really sure how it's supposed to look like basically. And in Pinterest I didn't really see any posts that have like ponds in them, but I decided to just, like I said, put in a lot of details and a lot of like pond related as well as camping related items, and yep. And then I also placed a couple of solar panels for this cabin. I'm not too sure why. I think it was because I was picturing like maybe I should do something different, so I should make it an eco cabin. But I guess the solar panels over there would just be like decoration purposes. They don't really have any purpose in the end, but yeah, I decided to include them because I thought that it would switch up things a bit more. But we're gonna be moving on to the interior right now, and we're starting off with this kitchen. I decided to use a different type of cabinet or counters in the end because I didn't really like how this one from the Snowy Escape pack looks like, because I was picturing like, oh, there are so many drawers for this cabinet or counter, so I would have to like basically clutter it up one by one, and that would take up a lot of time. So in the end we decided to switch it up to the ones that are from the DHD pack, I think. Yes, I think the DHD pack, which are looking more nice in my opinion. And then over here I'm just placing some curtains, which we had a kind of a struggle to find because we really couldn't find any suitable curtains for this kitchen, even though curtains for kitchens aren't really my thing, to be honest. But I kind of decided to put in like curtains because there are windows behind the stove and all of that. So I thought that putting curtains would make it look nicer and more organized, and so I used the ones that are from the Snowy Escape ones. And then over here I'm just replacing the counters, like I said, because I didn't really like how the Snowy Escape cabinets counters look like, because there are a lot of like clutter spaces. And yeah, I didn't really think that clutter would make the kitchen nicer, like too much clutter is what I meant. And then also I just found out that this DHD pack cabinets for the top part cabinets. One of them, the corner or the side cabinet, has like a shelf in it. And surprisingly, I was surprised when I found this out because I didn't really know that they had that. I think it's because I don't really use this choice of cabinet too often when I build, but yeah, in the end I decided to put something over there, and as you can see I put in a like pumpkin. Since it's a fall themed build, I thought that a pumpkin would be nice, so I decided to put it there and just plainly decorate the kitchen with a lot of like very basic clutter in my opinion. Not too much of like a variety of clutter, just the necessities like this plate rack, also some plants as well as a chopping board and all that good stuff. And the kitchen has to be probably like my second favorite part of this house, because my favorite part of this cabin would have to be the outdoor area, and you will see that like towards the end of the video if I'm not mistaken. But then again, over here I was just placing a little bit of clutter here and there. Also, I was thinking like what kind of like autumn builds would you guys want to see. So if you want any build requests or anything, or any fall themed ideas, please let me know, because that would totally help and I can build more and create more content for you guys. And yeah, I think that fall is a really nice season, even though winter was my favorite season. Now it's just, I don't know what season my favorite is, but I think that fall is a really nice season because I think the colors of fall is really cozy and warm and just inviting, and especially in Brindleton Bay, if you want to ask me from my view, for the worlds that come with The Sims, one of them that has a good fall themed aspect, I guess, is Brindleton Bay, and it's very beautiful over there if you play it in fall because of the trees. There are a lot of trees in Brindleton Bay, and like if you put it in fall season, the trees would become orange and yellows, and just very very pretty in my opinion. Over here we're gonna be doing the living room, and the living room ends up being pretty cozy. I think I put a lot of like wall decorations such as a bookshelf, a lot of clutter items that I related to like coziness as well, and also I used like a variety of surface things from the high school years pack, which you saw above the doorway, and it's functional. I mean, your Sims can walk through it because it's just a wall decoration, but I decided to put it like that. I don't even know why I decided to put it like that, but I was picturing like basically a wall full of like decorations, so that's what I did. And then over here I'm just placing a lot of like couches to match the rug with them, and so I decided to use the couches and armchairs that are from the high school years pack, combine them with the ones that are from the outdoor retreat pack, which by the way suits this cabin a lot since it's also camping vibes theme going on for that pack. Even though it's my least favorite pack, I think it's a good pack if you want to build cabins and stuff, because they come with really nice chairs. I really like the swatch of the chairs that we chose, which is the red default swatch, and it really looks cozy in my opinion, so yeah, I decided to use them. And then over here I was trying to place things around the fireplace, which comes from the, I think, cottage living pack. This is like my favorite fireplace, one of my favorite fireplaces I can say, because one of them is the Brindleton Bay cats and dogs cozy fireplace looking. The other one is this one, which is from the cottage living pack. I really like it. I really like how it looks like, and I really love the cobblestones that are on that swatch. Specifically, it adds that coziness to like this cabin environment, for example, so I decided to include them. And then over here I'm just placing some pillows from the little campers kits, although I kind of wish that the Sims team had this option to like take a pillow and make it clip it onto the couch. I think that would be a game changer. They should include more puff pillows and stuff like that, and like I said, if it was clipped on the couch, it would totally be very very useful and very just, you can decorate more basically, because over here I'm just using the tool mod to kind of like rotate them and also like lift them up a bit and just place it very candidly, even though it doesn't really look candid. But I just decided to include them anyways because it adds that coziness to the chairs and stuff like that. Anyways, over here we're going to be working on the second floor, which is the bedrooms. There are 2 bedrooms in this cabin, and both of them are individual bedrooms, single bed bedrooms. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to make it like a master bedroom, you can technically do so, but you would have to like rearrange the floor plan and everything. And to me, I don't think you should, because it's already built in like this, unless if you don't mind like refurnishing the whole cabin and stuff like that. But it's totally up to you. If you wanted to like turn the second floor into a space where you can fit in a master bedroom, please feel free to do so. Since I imagine that this cabin would be like probably a rental lot, I didn't really picture it to be someone residing in this cabin, and I'm pretty sure that like if you were to change the lot type, there is no residential option for this lot basically. So it's only a rental or a community lot if I'm not mistaken. So I pictured this to be a rental lot, so I didn't really include any like family stuff where you can fit in more than one sim in one room, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's gonna be only a rental lot. And then over here we're going to be working on one of the last parts of the video, which is going to be the exterior of the cabin. And this part over here is going to be kind of that dining area, because there isn't any dining area in the inside of the house, so we decided to place it outdoors and make it like an outdoor dining area. And then I also used a couple of lounge chairs to kind of like fill in the spaces, because I wanted to really put in a fire pit next to basically in between the dining area as well as the lounge area. So I decided to do that in the end. Although you see me placing this carpet, but it is removed in the end when I upload this build, because when I play tested this build, basically the fireplace was lit and the furniture around it caught fire. So you cannot place fire pits on carpets. That is a lesson learned that I learned yesterday. So we decided to remove the carpet in the end, but also include that fireplace over there. And yeah, if you were to have a carpet under the fire pit, it would be very, very dangerous for your Sims. They would die instantly. Anyways, we're going to be working on the last part of the video, I think, which is going to be the back part of the video. As you can see, I replaced the fireplace with this one, which makes much more sense since it's an outdoors fire pit. And then over here I'm just placing the tent that is from the little campers kit, even though this cabin doesn't have any rooms for the kids, but I kind of wanted to include this little tent over here simply because I thought that it looked nice, and I thought that it would bring more camping vibes to this cabin. Also, I placed a bunch of like lighting from the little campers kit as well, but only on the back porch of the cabin. And then over here I'm just placing a lot of clutter, which I related to camping, and also will be just decorated with some planter boxes and whatnot. But that will be it from me. I really hope that you guys will enjoy this video as much as I did creating it. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!